Hello, Scorpio soul. If you were born in late October or early November, chances are you've felt it, this strange distance, this silent tension, even among those who share your same zodiac sign. And today, we're going to talk about it openly, honestly, because there is a quiet war going on, not out in the open, but beneath the surface of your shared constellation. A subtle but undeniable divide between the Scorpios of October and those of November, and no one really talks about it. But you felt the difference. You always have. October, Scorpios carry their power like wildfire fast. Unpredictable and impossible to ignore. Their intensity is immediate, like a thunderstorm rolling in without warning. They feel everything sharply, speak quickly, move decisively. There's a volcanic edge to their energy, alive, reactive, and sometimes overwhelming even to themselves. They're the kind of people who walk into a room and you feel it instantly, like a shift in pressure. They're not afraid to confront, to provoke, to say exactly what others are too careful to voice. But then there are November Scorpios, and they're different. Their strength is hidden, tucked behind stillness and silence. They don't rush. They don't explode. They observe quietly, steadily until they understand everything. And when they speak, it's with the weight of knowing. They aren't interested in being seen. They're interested in seeing through. Their power doesn't burn, it freezes. It isolates, and it cuts clean. You see, October, Scorpios fight fire with fire. They want truth, and they want it now, even if it burns everything down. November, Scorpios hold the flame inside, letting it become ice. They wait, they watch, and when the moment is right, they strike in ways no one saw coming. One is raw emotion, the other is precise control. One acts, the other calculates. But here's the truth. No one says out loud, both are dangerous. Both are powerful, just in very different ways. And if you've ever looked at another Scorpio and thought, why don't they feel like me? This is why. You were born under the same sign. Yes, but you are not the same, not even close. And this is just the beginning. So let's talk about danger. Real danger, not the kind that screams and slams doors, but the kind that leaves no trace until it's too late. Because when we talk about October and November Scorpios, we're not just talking about personalities. We're talking about the shape that power takes when it's pushed to its edge. And here's where the contrast gets sharp. October Scorpios are warriors in daylight. When they're angry, it shows. Their energy spikes. Their words cut, and you know instantly that a line has been crossed. There's no guesswork, no second guessing. Their emotions are loud, rough, and unfiltered, not because they're reckless, but because they feel everything too much. They strike quickly, almost instinctively, like venom that doesn't wait for permission. When they seek revenge, they do it like a storm public, furious, unforgettable, the kind of response that leaves everyone shaken, not just the one who hurt them. They don't hide their wounds, they weaponize them. But November Scorpios, they're a different kind of dangerous. They don't explode, they absorb, they let silence do the talking. And when they decide to act, they do so with surgical precision. You won't see them coming. You won't even realize you've already lost until the doors close behind you and there's no way back. They don't chase chaos, they orchestrate it. From the shadows, while October, Scorpios burn bridges in full view, November Scorpios quietly remove your map and let you lose yourself. They don't need to scream to be heard. They don't need to punish, to destroy. Their control is quiet, psychological, and often permanent. So who's more dangerous? That depends on what you fear, more the fire you can see coming, or the cold you didn't even know was creeping in. Because October Scorpios leave scars you remember, but November Scorpios leave voids you can't explain. And then, of course, there's Love Scorpio's most dangerous weapon and most vulnerable wound. For October Scorpios, love is total. It is not a feeling, they become it. When they fall without breaks, without safety nets, without second thoughts. They give you their soul with the same force they would throw themselves into a fire. Not because they expect to survive it, but because something in them would rather be consumed completely than live halfway. Their passion is obsessive, overwhelming, territorial. They love like it's the last time they'll ever get the chance. And in their world, it might as well be. But with that kind of devotion comes the potential for equal devastation. Betray them. And it's not just anger you'll face, it's the kind of heartbreak that turns into destruction. They won't just cry, they'll collapse the whole story you built together. And they won't care who gets caught in the rubble. Not because they're cruel, but because the pain is too big to carry quietly. Their revenge, like their love, is volcanic. You'll see it, you'll feel it, and you'll never forget it. But November Scorpios love differently. They don't hand you their heart all at once. They study you first. They listen to what you don't say. Watch how you react when no one's looking. And test your consistency before letting you anywhere near the soft places they protect like sacred ground. And when they finally choose you, it's not an accident. It's a decision rooted in quiet certainty. Their love is deep, but calculated. They give you pieces slowly. And if you ever hurt them, they don't shatter, they vanish. You won't hear yelling. You won't see fireworks. One day you'll wake up and realize they're gone. And worse, you'll believe it was your idea to let them go. Their revenge isn't about drama. It's about clarity. They'll disappear from your life in such a graceful, composed way that you won't even realize how completely you've been removed from theirs until much later, when the silence starts to feel like punishment. So while October Scorpios will destroy you to prove how deeply they once loved you, November Scorpios will make you question if you were ever loved at all. And somehow, that question hurts even more. And when it comes to creation, when it comes to art, expression, and the way Scorpios bring what's buried inside out into the world, the difference becomes something you can feel in your bones. October Scorpios don't create because they want to. They create because they have to. It's survival. It's pressure building behind the ribs until there's no choice but to let it bleed onto canvas. Into song, onto pages, into motion. Their creativity is eruption. It doesn't follow logic. It doesn't wait for permission. It crashes through whatever walls they've built just to keep themselves sane. Every poem, every painting, every idea carries the fingerprint of a wound. And whether or not they realize it, they're constantly in dialogue with their own pain. Their art is raw, immediate, and magnetic, not because it's perfect, but because it's true, so true that it hurts to witness. They are the kind of creators who birth masterpieces in the middle of personal chaos, who find beauty not in peace, but in the honesty of destruction. Their gift is not polish, it's vulnerability in motion, and it demands to be felt. But November Scorpios are builders, not burners. Their creativity doesn't scream, it whispers, it unfolds. It's never rushed, never chaotic, never careless. They treat their ideas like architecture, each word, each image, each symbol placed with intention, tested against purpose, refined through restraint. They care deeply about the impact, about how something will land, not just how it feels to release it. Where October creates to heal themselves, November creates to shape others. Their work isn't just art, it's influence. It's strategy wrapped in beauty. They study responses, anticipate reactions, and use their creations to stir change that lasts longer than the applause. They don't need to be seen in the spotlight. They're too busy designing the stage everyone else is performing on. So while October, Scorpios birth storms and call it poetry, November Scorpios build temples out of silence and call it legacy. Both forms are sacred in their own right. And here is the truth we circle back to. After all the layers have been peeled away, neither type is better. Neither wins. Because this was never a contest, it's a revelation. October, Scorpios are the warriors of collapse. The ones who walk into fire without flinching, if it means pulling truth from the ashes. They are emotional, insurgents ready to burn the lie to find what's real underneath. Even if it costs them everything. They are intensity personified, and in moments of collective paralysis, they are often the only ones brave enough to act. But November Scorpios? They are the builders that come after. They're the minds that walk through ruins and begin laying foundation while others are still mourning what was lost. They bring order, containment, precision. Their power doesn't scream, it settles, and then it spreads. They don't confront chaos, they absorb it, restructure it, and turn it into something you didn't know you needed until it's already saving you. You never see them coming, but you'll feel the shift they leave behind. Still, the rarest and most powerful Scorpios are the ones who hold both energies at once. The ones who burn and build, who can explode when truth demands it, and then retreat into calculation to make the aftermath matter. The ones who have lived through the fire, studied its rhythm, and now know exactly when to let it loose and when to hold it back. These Scorpios don't just survive transformation, they embody it. They are not ruled by chaos or control. They use both, and when that balance is mastered, there is no force more quietly unstoppable. If that's you, if you've always felt both the fire and the silence inside you, then maybe you're not one or the other. Maybe you are the bridge. The rebirth, the storm and the stillness that follows, and that is where your real power begins. So if you've made it this far, Scorpio, maybe now you understand why you've never quite fit the mold. Even among your own sign, maybe you felt too much or not enough, too loud, too quiet, too intense, too guarded. The truth is, you were never meant to be just one version of power. You were meant to know both, feel both, master both. This isn't about choosing sides. It's about recognizing your spectrum, whether you carry the fire of October or the frost of November, or some quiet fusion of both. What matters is that you understand how to wield it. You are not here to be predictable. You are here to transform, to protect, to cut through illusion, and when needed to destroy the lie so something real can take its place. So use this knowledge, not to compare, not to divide, but to claim your shape more fully. And if this spoke to something deep in you, share it. Let someone else see themselves more clearly through you. Because the world doesn't just need Scorpios. It needs conscious Scorpios. Awake, balanced, unapologetically real. Until next time, protect your truth, Scorpio, and never underestimate the quiet power you carry.